cold. That seat is cold. Whew. Let this thing run for a little bit. It sure is not warmed up very much. Okay. Well, that's not good. Where's my spring not on? Okay, well, I think my vehicle's... Oh, no. Well, at least the backup camera works. My radio doesn't work anymore, I guess. Oh, now the radio's working. Oh, it's just taking a long time for it to boot up, I guess. I was going to try and turn my radio on. Wow, that took a long time. Well, good morning, everybody. My foot hurts today. I might have sent her a little hard yesterday, bud. Of course you're turning left. When I can actually see the traffic for a little bit. Oh, I barely made it. Yeah, so we're gonna take it like super easy today. We'll do our 4-mile loop out at Scratch Gravels at the Echo Trailhead. And then we gotta get back here because we were supposed to go do our, the crepery's open this early in the morning. Oh, that would be so good, a crepe this early. They have good crepes there, and coffee. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, I need to finalize all my books and stuff today, so that is, I am like super stressed out right now. So we gotta do that. I've been thinking about this all day or all morning, but with the way my foot hurts, I might have to call off the Tough Ruck thing. I mean, they're getting a donation no matter if I run it or not. Well, the fundraiser for it. So yeah. I might have to call it off. I was really excited to go spend some time with some friends while I was over there, but if I'm not going to be able to do it, I can't justify, because it's going to cost me travel-wise about $1,400 to travel over there with the way that the gas prices have gotten. So I can't justify spending $1,400 to go over there and not be able to compete. Yeah. So I'll give it a few days and see before I make a final decision, but that's might be what happens. I haven't told my friends this yet, but man, it sucks too because I really wanted to see them. Like they got a kick-ass Airbnb on the Cape. But like I said, I might still go. I'm gonna give it a couple days, see how my foot's doing. I have to leave tomorrow for California, so I got a dental appointment first thing in the morning, and then we will be leaving directly after that to try and get, we will be leaving directly after that, but it won't be like we're leaving. I think my first thing in the morning, I think my actual dental appointment's at like 10 or 10:30. So that's not really first thing in the morning. So by the time we get out of town, I would guess and say we can make it a little ways past Jackpot. And then that'll leave me about 8 or 9 hours of driving for the next day, which should work out. I mean, I don't think I actually need to be there until Friday afternoon. Because I don't think we're doing anything before that. Why are you scratching your ear, huh? You're gonna have to. I checked her ears. Her ears look fairly clean, so I don't know why she's scratching her ears so much. But she has a doctor's appointment in a week, so yeah, we're gonna tell the vet about that. And she doesn't do it like all the time. It's like she'll do it in the morning when she first wakes up, and that's it. Like, that's really it. I mean, she does it a little bit off and on throughout the day, but not like all the time. So I don't know what it is, what her deal is. But yeah, so we're gonna play next weekend by ear, and then we'll see. Come on, people! It's like waving everybody to go. Guys are like, it's like everybody's like stopping to let him in, and it's like, no, dang it, we almost didn't make the light. Like, we actually had to run a little bit of a red light. We were literally 3 cars from the red light, but everybody was like stopping, or 3 cars from at the stoplight. One of them being a huge ass semi. And then there was 2 cars behind him, and the first guy was like trying to let a guy go in, and then he waved that guy through, and then the second guy was trying to let that same person in, and he waved that person through. It's like, dude. So then after all that, I almost didn't make the light. Light because the semi was doing like 30 miles an hour in the 45. This guy's turning right, so we're going this way. Why are there so many freaking semis out right here? That makes sense. There's no businesses or industry or anything. I mean, the one semi I get, he's on the U.S. highway. That's your main thoroughfare to get over to the interstate. It's like, what, 50, 60 miles to the freeway from here? That direction on I-90. I mean, I-15 is just right there. But if you're going to hit I-90, you're going that way. I mean, you could go south, but then you're going an hour out of your way. Arizona in May before we get new tires, but I do need new tires. They're just starting to hit the wear bars, so I can easily put another 1,200 miles or so on them. Wow, the moon is way down there. What? That's weird. Why is the moon way down there? That's like a weird direction for the moon to be. It's like as far south on the frickin' horizon as you can get. What is frickin' noise over there? It is supposed to get really stupid windy today too. High wind warning in effect until like midnight or something tonight. So far it's not too bad. There's a little bit of a breeze, but it's not too bad. In fact, out here it looks like there's hardly anything. I think there was more in town than there is here. Oh, you finally decided to stop freaking out? Or you weren't really freaking out. You were being a little annoying. Yeah, you were being a little annoying. Just saying. Somebody's like flying up to me. He's gonna be really mad when I start going through here. Morning, Haley. Oh jeez, I can't read right now because we're getting ready to go around a corner. A bunch of corners. Did you know the boats could still sail upwind? Yeah. Yep. Wow, it's like 5 degrees warmer up here. It's a virtual heat wave, bud. it's a bouncy gravel road, so we're gonna have to go slow. I can't see. To do the far end, but how much it's going to cost for me, and the fact that I have to fill up a tank, to at least one tank in California. That's 100 and essentially that's about $80. It's going to be about $80 more for me to a tank, depending on where I'm able to fill up, of course. Somebody's here. I see this route closure, no motorized travel year-long sign here, and it made me think of last night. 42 degrees. I should be okay with just a regular hat, I think. Oh, okay. I feel my foot a little bit. It was starting to feel okay, or feel better, but now I can feel it again. Oh, jeez. Hold on. I gotta put your bell on. You gotta put your bell on, girl. So I can see, or I can hear where you're at. It's actually not too breezy out here. A little bit of a breeze. Go ahead. What's up with this coat? It's stinky. It's just been hanging out in on my floor forever. Guess we'll use it. I mean, really, I probably don't need a coat, but if that breeze picks up, I will definitely need a coat. The sun doesn't feel too bad. And then I gotta find a hat. I only have one in here, it looks like. My hats are in the freaking in the house. Oh, I need to make sure I have my hat that I need for my race this weekend. I have two. I do have a hat, but I have a trucker hat like this for one of the sponsors that would be nice to wear, but we'll see. Okay, there's that. Get this started. hear her, but I don't see her. I hear her, but I don't see her. Oh, she's way over there. Okay. I was not expecting that. She's back there. Okay, we are ready. I'm just gonna take it easy. I want an old Tacoma like that. I mean, I would put a little bit more of a lift kit on it, but I'd love to have a little Tacoma like that. I could definitely get to to a lot of. Whoa! Come on, freaking thing! It's like trying to get it to turn the dashboard on, and it's like, oh, you want to adjust the overlay? No. Oh, you wanna lock your focus at this point on with the camera? No. Oh, I wanna hit the thing, the big red bar that I'm trying to hit that turns my over. Just hit the red bar. But anyways, so after the gym last night, which I had a pretty good gym lift last night, it was pretty nice. It was upper body. And I've actually been enjoying the lower body lifting more than the upper body lately, which is weird for me because I usually hate doing lower body. But here lately, I think because I can actually tell it's helping injury stuff, but the geese are still over there. Look at all them chickens. Oh, that's one of my favorite memes of all time. It would definitely be one of the ones that I quote the most. See, there's some Canadian geese right there. And there's all them ducks in the field, and the little girl, look at all them chickens. Oh, there's been horses out here since the last time we've been out on this trail. That is a new pile of poo. That's a huge ass pile of poo. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so we went to the trail afterwards. I thought about going live, but it's a good thing I didn't, because it was super busy when we went by to go to the gym. And it was still early enough that it was like super nice out and all that. But over on the end where we park, because it's right across from the main gate for the military base where I go to the gym, there was like nobody. I call that the back 40, which is just like I don't know, it's like from when I was a kid. I think it was a generational term used. Like my dad used to say all the time, the back 40, even though we didn't even have 40 acres, but you know, our field that we had, because I think we had, I don't remember what our total was. It was around 8 acres or 12 acres or something like that. But we had a pasture in the back when we did have livestock and cows when I was really super young. That was always referred to as the back 40. So I refer to the end where we park out there at 10 Mile Park as the back 40, because probably at least half, I would say, of the, maybe even more than that, of the people that park in the main, if you're going from there all the way to the back 40 where we park, you're getting at least 2 miles in. You can't do it less than 2 miles. And a lot of people that go out there are not walking for 2 miles. They are not just not doing it. Like, because for a lot of people, that's a long ways. So that's why I refer to it as the back 40. So anyways, to continue on the story, I didn't go live because even though I got a little bit of hiccups. Makes it hard to talk when you have hiccups. So I was like, it was still super busy, and then everybody that was there, other than one group, was doing the full loop. They weren't just staying over on the little loop side. And yeah, just timing wise, everybody was converging because there's like, I guess essentially 3 different directions you can come from to get back there, and all these people were taking all 3 of the different directions, and then they were all converging over like within a 1/4 mile section. And so if I was live trying to wrestle this little butthead, it would have been really difficult. But anyways, the whole reason why I started to told that story is I started to talk about that sign at the beginning here that said no motorized vehicles. So at 10 Mile Park, there's no motorized vehicles on the trail either, including like e-bikes. You can't use an e-bike out there. I mean, I still don't understand why. You see it a lot, but I don't understand why so many people go and ride their mountain bikes out there. It's like, you might as well just be riding like around Centennial Park. It's the same. In fact, you probably have more uphill and downhill at Centennial Park, which is all asphalt trail, about the same length total. It's all asphalt, paved trails. Like, it'd be probably more enjoyable there than out at 10 Mile. Anyways, over where we were parked, you could tell somebody was like, it looked like a motorcycle not only had driven through on the trails there, but they like peeled out, and then they were like, did kind of a half donut, like right by the trailhead in the park, like not like on the outside of the trailhead. Like one, you're not supposed to have even e-bikes, no motorized vehicles. Like a motorcycle? Like, what the hell? And I was like, who the hell is riding a motorcycle out here? Well, then, like, we got all the way over to the other side, and I hear this just strange noise. Over by the neighborhood, which is where the main trailhead is. And here's this teenager flying down the road on an electronic motorcycle, like dirt bike motorcycle. And he's just going back and forth. And I'm like, oh, so he has a new toy. Most likely, he got himself a new toy, this teenager did. And he was the one that was riding around on those trails, probably at nighttime or really early morning when nobody's out there. It's like, so he wouldn't get in trouble. There's signs everywhere, every single trail, junction, everything says no motorized anythings. And so then I'm like, yep, that's probably the guy that did it. And then like we made the entire loop and we started heading back, and all of a sudden I hear this other noise, and I look over. Ooh, that breeze got really cold right there. it was actually kind of warm, but right here it is frigid. It almost smells wet too. There's no water. It's not damp or anything. Anyways, I look behind us and here's this guy on one of them freaking one wheels flying down the trail. And that's, you know, another reason why if he can go down that trail, that tells you how freaking flat and buffed out everything it is. Like, it's not to further wow, that wind is frigid. My hands are freezing now and my ears. You know, to further kind of, you know, go against why I don't understand how anybody would be out there with mountain bikes riding around. It's like, it's obviously not a very easy trail, let's put it that way. Like you get a lot of people that ride their mountain bikes to work, because all the people that work at the VA hospital and out at the fort at the military base, you get quite a few people that ride their bikes to work. I get that. The people that do it recreationally, I don't get. But to each its own. So yeah, so then that guy goes by on his freaking one wheel. And I'm like, dude, in order to get to where you're at, you had to go by a sign that says no motorized vehicle. Like, are you guys a bunch of fucking idiots? And again, it was a teenager. Like, it's like they think the rules don't apply to them. My goodness, that got frigid. Like, it is noticeably probably a 10-degree drop in real fuel temperature. Like, I would say even in actual temperature, it probably dropped 3 or 4 degrees, but real fuel, it dropped easily 10. All of a sudden. Like, it was a little warm breeze over there for that first little bit. Now, it is just frigid. That is like cold. That just makes me think of over in Centennial Park a few years ago when we used to run over there all the time. And there was some punk ass kid riding his freaking mini bikes through there, like gas powered mini bike. And that is clearly not it's not even a trail. That's like asphalt sidewalk, you know, type of stuff. That would be like riding your mini bike down the sidewalk in downtown Helena, you know. Like, you just don't do it. Some people, I just don't understand their thought process. On the good news, after my little, I don't think I told you guys that the other day. Maybe I did. Whatever day it was, Thursday night, maybe Wednesday night last week, something midweek last week. And I went to go to the gym, and I did not. I went off, fell off the wagon, I guess you could say, and was not doing good eating. And I gained like 7 pounds. Like, I was actually I weighed more than when I started to, you know, diet and lose weight. Like, somehow I weighed like 2 pounds more. Well, not somehow, I know exactly how, with how I was eating, but I blame Easter for that, because I love my baked goods, and Easter is a time of candy and chocolate and baked goods and stuff like that. Anyway, I went to go to the gym, bending over in my chair to put my shoes on. I couldn't even breathe because I was so freaking fat. Like my stomach was just like pushing up into my lungs to where I couldn't even breathe, bent over like that, put my shoes on, and it was like a wake-up call for me. I have a lot more respect for people that are more overweight than me and the struggles they have to go through. Because yeah, I'm overweight, but I'm not, you know, obese or anything. So if it was affecting me like that, being 30 pounds overweight versus, you know, these people that are 100 pounds overweight, like a newfound respect for them as a person. But anyways, here's a wake-up call, and I went through and I was like, I cannot do this anymore. And I went through my apartment and started just throwing anything even remotely categorized as junk food away. Like I probably wasted $40 worth of food, if you can call it that. No nutritional value, just calories, fat and sugar. And so since then I've been doing well again, and I am down from that point. I'm already down 5 pounds. I am on the verge of getting back down into the 180s where I was about a week and a half ago, or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. Now my goal is to get down to about 165. Could I still lose weight? Yes. Like I can easily be lighter than 165. Like when I'm in really good shape, the last time I was in really good shape, we'll put it that way, I had more muscle tone than I have now, and you know, I was a lot stronger, so way more muscle than I have now, and I was down at like 157 and felt good, looked good. So without having all that muscle, I could probably easily get down to like 150. But I just don't feel good that being that light, because there is a point with you where you can be too light. So we go 165, 167, you know, somewhere around there, I'd be happy. I mean, if I can get back down to like the low 170s, I will be doing way better. The last time I was down at my goal weight was when I was leaving Europe. And I wasn't eating a lot over there. I was having one meal a day. And I was 160. And after UTMB, I wasn't like training. I was just like, I was running every other day. I was doing anywhere from like 8 to 12 miles typically, sometimes a little more than that. But it was just sightseeing around cities, because every other day I'd be in a new location to go sightsee. So I was trying to see as much of Europe as I could in the limited amount of time I had. Was I getting to enjoy it? I mean, I was enjoying it. I love that kind of stuff. Was I able to spend time at a lot of places and really relax and all that. No, there's no relaxing. But I enjoyed it. Like, for me, that was enjoyable. So I was, not really getting, and when I raced at UTMB, those are just engines. I was like down in the 160s. Like, I was in good shape for UTMB, and I still lost more weight while I was traveling around. Like, I'd be out there for 4 or 5 hours on sightseeing. So you'd run for like a block or two and then take pictures or check things out or whatever. And then you might run for a mile to the next location. And then, it was very lazy running. And I came back actually earlier than I wanted to. And that was because I was able to get into... They changed the rules on how you had to qualify for UTMB, like that year. And so there was like only one race when they changed the rules like that. There's only one race in the US, and there was only one other race elsewhere in the world, which was in Thailand, I think. In order to qualify within the window, I guess. And even the pros, like, there was a heavy pro stacked race, and I was able to get into it in order to get my running stones for the qualification window, because I really wanted to go back to UTMB with my performance. I know I can do better. But so I had to come back early in order to get into, or to be able to do that race. Well, not training or anything, and I freaking crushed my PR by like 3 hours at that race. Just showing up and racing. And, looking back at, after the fact of that race, I could have even cut more time off, because I wasn't really pushing myself that hard. I was just, trying to finish is all, just to get my stones. Would I like to go back still to UTMB? Yeah. But I would almost rather go there, like, get there, like, during the race, like right before the race, to witness it, and then just, it is so nice. Because I stayed there, after my race, I stayed there, I think, for 4 days. And I was there for about 3 weeks before the race, doing my final training. And man, it was... You think, though, if I was to go back, which was nice because I was out a little bit. I'd go do my daily training runs, and I would always end in Chamonix proper, go hit a sandwich shop, and then ride the train back to my hotel. But you could, I was, even though I said it wasn't a Chamonix proper, I was only like 3.5 miles away. It was great. Like, I loved where I was at. It was fairly cheap too. I loved the hotel I was at. It was more of a resort. You know, they had like spa and a pool and a really fancy restaurant and all that kind of stuff. And I just slept there. That's all I did. But, whew. Oh, that little hill took a lot out of me. Took a lot out of me. Oh, there's somebody else.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You don't walk before the big wind.
Yeah.
No, you behave. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. It was nice. Like right next to my hotel was trail access to get up to get onto the course. Really, the final like 10 miles of the course is was right out my back door, and so I spent a little bit of time on it. But also having a train stop like not even a quarter mile from where I was at, an out of the way train stop nonetheless. Like, there was a lot of traffic stopping there. I could hop on the train and I could go all the way over and hit like the front part of the course, or I could even go like another 10 miles and hit, you know, some of the other part of the course, like towards the end. So to where I could run like the last, you know, 50K of the course or whatever. It was nice. It was a nice location. And then I also explored like some of the other trails too. Like on Mont Blanc proper, you know. It's been a lot of good. And oh geez, my room, I got lucky with my room. Like, if you're laying in the bed, I had like a big balcony area at the foot of my bed with some big full length glass doors, and if I opened the curtain, like, I was staring at Mont Blanc. It was like, I lucked out with that place. I don't even know how I lucked out, because pretty much when I did it, just to be cheaper, to get a cheaper rate, I went through the Chamonix, I don't know what you call it, like tourism board or whatever, you know, and just contacted them and said, hey, I want a room, you know, see if I find me a cheap room or whatever. And they did. I think I paid like €60 a night, like, which for a hotel like that same, what would you say, like quality or whatever of a hotel over here in the US, you're talking like $500-600 a night, easy, maybe even more. Like, so to only pay like €60 a night, like, it was probably like 63 or something like that. I think my dentist is calling me. Hopefully they leave a message. They sent me a message the other day saying, hey, confirm your appointment, and I did. And then they sent me an email saying confirm your appointment. It's like, I already did that. So hopefully they're not calling and being like, hey, you need to confirm your appointment. I did confirm my appointment. Pretty sure that was my dentist. It just popped up as healthcare, but it had a Helena number. That's the only healthcare I have in Helena. Oh man, life was much simpler like when I was over there too, because it was like, just do what I gotta do. And I did do a few live streams while I was over there, but I don't know, it's weird being in other countries. I'm not like a freaking what the hell is his name, ZJ, whatever his name is. I don't know what his name is. The guy that I haven't seen actually go live for a long time. He was traveling in India. Or Mochi. I haven't seen her for a long time either. Like, those guys used to go live almost daily. I haven't seen them forever. Where they're used to like traveling around. They have setups just for it, all that kind of stuff, doing, IRL traveling stuff. For me, it's like weird because there's certain countries that have different rules on live streaming and all that kind of stuff. Like, I did a few times in Portugal as well. And I know, like, and I researched for Portugal, and their rules are you can live stream, but like if somebody says anything, then you have to like turn it off, type of thing. Like if you're out going down a sidewalk and somebody walks by you and doesn't like the fact that you that was my dental office. If they don't like the fact that you're like videoing them in particular, then you have to stop, type of thing. And so the few times I did live stream there, it was before the big world like Christian get together thing that they had going on. Like all these kids, like it was like this huge, like, big thing that was happening. Like, you're talking a couple 100,000 teenagers from around the world converging. Like, there was one night, like, they had so many different stages and stuff set up all over the city, because I was in Lisbon at that time. And like the Pope showed up one night and it was a huge thing, but whatever. So it was before that was happening, and I was live streaming one of my runs. I think I was on my way over to whatever that park was, because there was actually a mountain there that you could go run some trails on, and it was only like probably about 1.5 miles, maybe 2 miles from where I was staying in the Old Town area to get there. But anyways, I was live streaming, and because of all the stuff that was getting ready to happen, the police presence was like way more than normal. And every time I went by some cops, they were looking at me. And so it was just weird. So I just stopped live streaming there. And then, and then I got to, well, when I was in Spain, I don't even know what the rules were in Spain, so I just didn't even do it. And then I might have done it in Madrid, maybe Barcelona, I don't know. I might have done it once or twice. But Andorra I couldn't, because there wasn't any cell service where I was at, because I was out like in the city I was in. Casa de la Paz, maybe, or something like that. I don't know. The city I was in itself had really good network connection, but once you got out on the trails, there was zero signal, because you're deep in the mountains. I mean, even the little town I was in was deep in the mountains. That's where I lost my really nice water bottle too. Favorite water bottle ever. And because I had to take a bus into Andorra, and you have to take, there's only one bus service that goes into Andorra, and that's the Andorra bus service. And we got to whatever like their capital city, I guess. When I booked my bus ticket, there was nothing on there about like changing buses or anything else. I just was expecting to be staying on the same bus. We got to the bus stop in the big city, and even though it's not that big of a city, and I just had like my bag sitting there and my water bottle sitting there in the seat because there's nobody next to me. And all of a sudden they like yelled my name because I had to get onto, like, some guy came on and he was like, said my name and another person's name because we had to get onto a shuttle vehicle to go the extra, whatever it ended up being, like 30 miles, 40 miles. And so I was like flustered because I wasn't expecting that. So I just grabbed my backpack and my carry-on or my little rolly bag, I guess. I mean, it was a carry-on bag that size, but and jumped up out of the seat to go whatever to get on my shuttle, and left my water bottle sitting there. That was such a nice water bottle. Hey, Raccoon, it's cold again. Yeah, it's nice and warm here, although it is supposed to get super windy today, starting here in like 2 hours. Right now there's like just barely, this side of the mountain there's zero wind. On the front side over there where we were at, where we park at, it's probably 10-15 mile an hour wind, but they're talking 40, 50, 60 mile an hour winds. But it is nice out here. Like, it was 45 when we got here, and it feels way warmer than that over on this side of the mountain. The other side with that wind, it still felt pretty cold, but man, it is toasty over on this side. Here, but pretty sure there's a chance. Sounds like a twin engine prop plane of some sort. Now, granted, the Alaska air flight that goes to Seattle is usually a twin engine turboprop, but not always. Sometimes it's a single engine, but it's not coming from that direction. That is a completely different plane of some sort. Oh, because the flight that goes from here to Seattle goes through Great Falls. It's not a direct flight. So it heads damn near the opposite direction as that plane sounded like it was from. And it wasn't like a little Cessna, because we have lots of small airplanes that fly around up here, but it was not a Cessna. It was loud. Somewhat desperate to run outside for your race. 30 degrees and windy, isn't it? Yeah, I know that. This is what you do, but never really go. So that's when their next competition is. I get asked that question a lot, but not by random strangers. Like pretty much all my friends in the running space are, you know, asking that, but like I said, not random strangers. Supposed to do laundry today, but man, I had a hard time going to sleep last night. I didn't go to bed until, or finally get to sleep. I was in bed for hours. I didn't finally get to sleep until a little after midnight. And so then when my alarm went off at 4:30 this morning, which is the first time I've actually slept till my alarm for months, it was like, nope. Fell back asleep for another hour and a half. We didn't get up till right around 6. So we'll do our laundry tomorrow morning. Be okay. We're gonna close for the week. Well, I've been out of running clothes for about 4 days now. I'm just re-wearing the less stinky items. And I have quite a few. Like, I probably have, well, I don't really have a lot of shorts. I probably only have like maybe 6 pairs of shorts, but typically I can wear my shorts a couple days, especially being that we haven't really been running a lot. I can easily get 2 days out of each pair of shorts, sometimes even more. And then like running shirts, I mean, I probably have 20. And socks, I probably have like 20 pairs of socks. So it's like, I got plenty to last. Well, it's been, oh geez. It was before I went to Chuckanut, but it might have been even like well before that I last did my laundry. Chuckanut was, what, 3 weeks ago? So I'm probably sitting on a month since the last time I did laundry. And it was kind of nice. Like I do have like laundry machines in my building. You know, I could do laundry during the day if I wanted to. And I might actually do that today, we'll see. But it's expensive, and I only have like one machine. I can, you know, there's like one washer and one dryer on my floor. So if I have more than one load, then it's like, and they're not industrial size anyways, they're like regular size. So then it's like you do a load, and then the dryer doesn't work very good. It like takes forever to dry things. And so it's kind of me and her thing especially after like, you know, 4 years of living the van life. We just wake up early. Extra chance. Hello, Andre. Only replace the shorts? Yeah. So it's kind of like me and her thing. We'll wake up because a laundromat here in town opens up at 6. And so we'll wake up early, drive over to the laundromat, and on our way to the laundromat, because we drive right past Starbucks, I just get like a little coffee and get her a pup cup. And then we go to the laundromat, and then because we're going to the laundromat, it's like I can easily fit everything in one load. I don't have to do multiple loads. And then same thing with the dryer. And then even then, like if I stuff one of those big ass dryers, it's like, you know, after 20 minutes or 20, I think it's 3/4, like 75 cents gets me 23 minutes, I think. And my clothes are dry. Versus the one in my apartment building, you pay $1.25 for one cycle, however long it ends up being, like 40 minutes or something like that. And then things are still not dry all the way. So it's like, it's easier, more time efficient, all that kind of stuff. We just go to the laundromat. Too large for your washer and dryer. Yeah. Laundromats are way more expensive than they used to be. Like just the wash cycle is, depending on which type of machines you use. If you use the less efficient top load ones at my laundromat, then they're like $3, but they do well enough for me. Or you can get the high efficiency, like front load ones that start off at like $5 at my laundromat. Or if you do like the high capacity ones, it's like $7 or $8, something like that. I think it's $8 to use those. But for me, it's like $3. I can, you know, for a load is and I've never had more than a load usually, unless I'm doing like all my, like my sheets and blankets and stuff in my van, which since the last time I washed those, I think I've only slept in my van like twice. So it's like, don't really need to wash that stuff. But even then, that's just one more load. And then the dryers are so big that it's like, you know, $1 and all my clothes are dry. Including the big blankets and everything. Versus in my building, and so I'm done, like completely done in about an hour at the laundromat, versus in my building where to do all that will take easily 3 or 4 hours. Early in the mornings on Sunday, because before 6 they have like 50 for this. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Breakfast place over. Yeah, we don't have a breakfast place close to, unless you want to go to the gas station. I guess you could get yourself probably a gas station breakfast burrito or something. Because I mean, I guess what is it, there's a taco place. I don't remember if it's Taco Bell or our local place, Taco John's. It's like about 2 blocks away. You'd have to cross a busy street, but they usually have breakfast in the morning. But they don't even open up until 6 at my laundromat. They're open from 6 in the morning to 10 p.m. at night. And if you get there, the reason why I get there early is because usually the only people that are there is a couple old people. So it's not busy at all. But if you get there by like after 8, I would even probably say like 7:30, because usually I'm out of there. When I'm leaving there is when it starts to get busy, and it's all well, it's 2 different types of clientele at that time. You get these ladies that come in there that have, or that work at like daycare facilities that don't have their own washer and dryer, and so they show up and they have like, you know, 5 bags full of crap and hog all the washers and dryers. Or it's the like the housewives that show up, you know, after kids go to school, and spouses are at work, and so they have like 4 or 5 loads of laundry too. And it's a small laundromat I go to. I mean, you get like 2 or 3 people like that, and you have 0 washer space available now. And then not only that, they at 8, I think, is when, because you can do drop-off stuff, and I think that's when the person works or shows up from work, to where you can just drop a bag off. And a lot of people do that, and so they use the exact same washers and dryers as everybody else as well. Well, I've heard about that. You don't trust gas station food. Well, obviously I don't either anymore after you bring your own detergent. Yeah, so do I. After the whole incident last year when I was driving down to go to the one race, and on the way down I ate like a gas truck stop burrito and ended up getting food poisoning, so I couldn't race. Like, that laid me out for like 3 days. What's my doggo doing? Here's this. Thankfully, usually empty when you go to wash. Comforter, yeah. Well, and that's how it is. Like when I get there at 6 in the morning, you're talking. Because typically I go there on, I don't know what day, Monday or Tuesday, whatever day it is that I usually go. I haven't been there forever, like I said. And there's this older couple. Same older couple every time that I go there. There's this older lady and older gentleman, and they're usually the only ones. There might be maybe one other person there, and then usually a homeless person sitting inside trying to get warm. But, you know, you don't pay attention to them, they don't pay attention to you. Not a big deal.
No, you don't need that.
Yeah, you too. was very hesitant. She, in her experience, especially out on an area like this, she assumes that if a dog is on a leash, then they're more on the aggressive side. So she like sees a dog on a leash and she's making a wide berth to go around them to avoid them. And, which is, I mean, in a way is good. She's able to recognize that, but a lot of times, like in that case, that dog wasn't aggressive. That guy had him on a leash because he would be running around crazy, like he'd lose his dog. It was very obvious. I think I'll wait. Well, I mean, I will say, it still doesn't stop me from buying them. I just don't buy them if I have something big coming up right beforehand. If I'm heading to a race, then yeah, I'm not gonna chance it. If I'm just traveling cross country, yeah, whatever. And that was, I mean, I've had tons and tons of, like, you know, truck stop and gas station food and never had any issues. It was just wrecked. Like, you know, you think of like the emoji that's all like green and all that, you know, the whole greener. I probably literally looked like that. So sick. Oh, I need to take that tough ruck thing off. Oh. Point. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to go, because after my run yesterday, we are trying to get to, because I was like tired from yesterday. It no matter what, even if I was doing it or not, I had to commit to raising funds. And I did raise a little bit more. So, but then everything else I have to cover. but then everything else I have to cover. But it's like, if I can't have the full experience, like actually compete over there, I guess you could say compete, although I was originally I signed up for the competition side of it, but there's no way. But I got stuff to do today, so we cannot, and my foot hurts. Like, I'm kind of walking funny because my foot hurts. But yeah, so I haven't told my friends yet because I'm going to wait a couple days. I might give them a heads up, but I can't justify spending $1,500 in travel to go over there and not, you know, compete or participate, maybe would be the more appropriate term. Because I was just going to walk with them, because they can't run and compete, so they would just be doing the casual, you know, we're just going to finish, you know. But it is what it is. We'll see. Based upon how my foot feels right now, it's definitely not happening. There is no way you're gonna ask. Yeah, it hurts after yesterday. Like, it's been feeling good, but yesterday I just pushed it a little too hard, I guess. And so it's been like, it didn't hurt during the run yesterday. It actually didn't start hurting until probably an hour afterwards. And since then, yeah, it's just been hurting. Like our walk yesterday we did after the gym. Luckily, like I said, luckily last night at the gym was upper body day. Oh yeah, there's that wind already kicking in. It's worse than it was when we started. And the whole time I was walking, I had really good, like, comfy shoes on. And the whole time I was walking, I'm like hobbling around because it hurt so bad. Doesn't feel any better. Well, really, if it doesn't feel any better by Friday, I'm going to call and get an appointment to go back in. Like on the following Monday or Tuesday. But yeah, then we'll decide. Well, I'm going to decide by Friday. If it's still hurting pretty bad, then I'm just going to tell my friends I can't come. Like, we've already lost one member of our team, one of my friend's husbands, because he was having, well, he's already, I mean, he has consistent, like, ankle problems or something like that. And so him, like, doing the train up for this, he re-aggravated his already pre-existing injury, and so he had to back out. So, it sucks, but it is what it is. I mean, my friends were already doing this, whether I was coming or not. Like, they messaged me, I don't remember when it was, December or January or something like that, and they were already signed up. And they just messaged me and were like, hey, you know, we're doing this if you want to do it too. And I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. I'll do that. I mean, even one of my friends from Bozeman here is doing it. Like, he's on his own, doing his own thing, but like, I mean, he was full on competing. I think he finished 30th last year overall, which is a pretty stout finish. Is it healing correctly? I think it is. I don't know. Your right ankle's a little elongated. It does hurt per se, but it doesn't hurt, but it kind of does. Yeah. When you don't run, then when you run, that's how my lower back is. If I don't run, my lower back, like after 2 or 3 days, my lower back is just killing me. But if I run every day, it feels fine. I don't know what that's about. Oh wow, the ski hill like has hardly any snow on it, other than the ski runs where they probably still produce snow. But actually, we're in April now, so it's not even open anymore. High wind warning all day for us here is supposed to be like 50, 60 mile an hour winds later on today. Well, it wasn't supposed to start for another like 2 hours, but it's starting already. When we first got here, it was like maybe a 5 mile an hour breeze. It the best I can. I
forward because I have it to the side of me trying to block it. But now the trail is turning, so now I'm going into the headwind again. Up the other day just showed up again. There was 2 cars and they both just parked all effed up again. It's like very clearly you go in like frontwards on the, oh wow, there's lots of people here. What the heck? Where'd these guys come from? There's only one other vehicle before these people showed up. And of course something, I can't hear anything, but she has both her dogs on a leash, so who knows, probably like not friendly or whatever. It's like, alright, I don't care, you got him on a leash, she's gonna go around you anyways. Over in headlight, maybe. Anyway, you can very clearly see so the way they are parked right now, they're blocking probably 6 parking spots. So if you want to park like that, go up to the other parking lot where you're supposed to park. A couple hundred yards away, you know. Like, I can't hear jack shit. What are you talking about? Man, still good city, yeah. They got 3 or 4 spots in there. Yeah. Well, I saw that even last night in the frickin' grocery store, because we had to run over to the grocery store really fast. And this dude was parked like lengthwise across spots in the grocery store. Now, granted, it wasn't that busy, but still, it's like, dude, you could park normal. And he was just sitting in his vehicle. It's like, dude, you just park normal. And my suspicion was, looking at him, because he was an older gentleman, he probably, way up ahead, and those 2 people have a doggo, and you never know what's going to happen. But she's just excited to get back to the van, so right about, yeah, see, she's already down there, Adam. Freaking weirdo. Looks like it's going okay. She just wants to run with play with the golden retriever. What a horrible dog parent. But, you know, older gentleman, he was most likely waiting for his wife to come out of the grocery store, and then he was just going to drive over to the front door and in the fire zone in front of the store, blocking traffic. Those people drive me crazy too. I see that in front of my building a lot too, or on the streets around my building. People will, hi, sweet girl. Hi. I think she found her playmate. All sorts of exercise now. The one that ran down there and initiated all that. There was a lady. So this would have been last year, or no, 2 years ago when I first got her. Another person just showed up, and then because those people are parked all jacked up, he parked right next to him. Because you're supposed to park like right around in like a half moon. But anyways, I was at the parking administration getting my parking sticker because since I got her and I knew I was going to be in my apartment for a long time, so it was a lot cheaper than paying parking every day just to get a sticker. And when I was in there, some lady was like bitching and moaning because she had, like, it's all paid parking at the downtown area. Every single bit of it is paid parking. And she was bitching and moaning because she had a handicap sticker. And this lady did not need a handicap sticker. Her disability was her shoulder. It's not like, you know, she couldn't walk or anything. Her shoulder. But she had an actual disability rating for it, so she had her handicap sticker. Okay, jump off. But she was bitching and moaning because, I don't know where to put this. Right here it is. She was told, which to get your handicap sticker, it's not the parking commission. That's the DMV. And she was complaining because she was told when she got her handicap sticker that she would not have to pay for parking, you know, essentially. She could park anywhere and not have to pay for parking because she had her handicap sticker. And in front of her building where she lives, because it was just down the street from me, she actually lived in like the low-income housing building down the street from me. But there's only one handicap spot on the street. And so she, with that handicap sticker, was like, I can park anywhere. This is what she was told. I could park anywhere on the street and not have to pay for parking. And the guy at the parking commission was like, I don't know who told you that, but that's not how it works. And they don't operate the parking commission. And so I had on. Ooh, my ears are cold. That wind kicked up to make his hot, or his cold. It was hot, now it's cold. And so she had like tons of freaking parking tickets. And they eventually put like a boot on her car because she wasn't paying these parking tickets. And the guy's like, and it's like the guy told her, he's like, even like that just allows you to park in a handicapped parking spot. That's all that is for. And by the way, if you park because there's that handicap parking spot on the street, like right in front of her building. He was like, if you park there, you still have to pay for parking. It doesn't give you free parking. Like everything is paid parking there. Hi, sweet girl. So that's just kind of funny. Some people. You know, she was just trying to work the system in her brain. Like I said, she didn't need a handicap parking sticker because she can't walk anywhere. It was her freaking shoulder that's bad. But, you know, the way that the statute is or whatever, you know, any disability of a certain amount, you can get yourself a handicap sticker. You feel bad, someone? I don't feel bad. Trying to work the system. Like, I'm all about working the system where you can, but it's like, I don't know, it's like my brother. This dude has not worked a job in 20 years. He can work a job. Like, he does have some physical issues, but he can work a job. And most of his physical issues are attributed to him being like 200 pounds overweight. It's like, dude, lose some weight. He does have like true issues. Like the military effed him up. But it's like he, oh, I should change audio source. How much of a freaking sham he is working the system. He was like, I fully think he made up something to be able to claim more for VA disability to get more money, because there's not really any way that they can fact check it, I guess is the way to say it. So he can get more money and not have to work. But this guy, and then somehow they were able to buy a house. Both him and his wife don't work, because she's the same way, just working the system to get like disability stuff. Neither one of them work, and they were able to buy a house. And then when they bought the house, they convinced one of his friends from Arizona to move up and live with them. And then they charge him rent. So they're making money off of that. Both of their kids pay them rent to live in this house. And their kids are like fully grown. Like they're 20, you know, in their 20s, like late 20s even. And they pay him rent. And one of them, because the house isn't very big, one of their kids, his room is the couch. and he still has to pay him rent. Like that, and that's just my brother. They like tried to get my mom to move in there, which they don't even have. Like my mom is like, she can't get around very well, so this house is not set up for my mom to get around at all. And they tried to get my mom to move in there so that they could get her money from her. Like a few years ago, me and one of her friends had to convince her to take my brother off of her checking account just because we're worried that he was going to start, you know, taking money away from her. But I will say, it does sound like because he did something last year that just really pissed me off, and I went off on him. And it sounds like that actually made a difference. So he is treating my mom a lot better last few months. So I think that's a good thing. But he doesn't really talk to me anymore now that I went off on him. I mean, we weren't like close. We've never been close as brothers. Me and none. I have 2 older brothers, and because of the age difference and everything, I've never been close with either one of them because they're a lot older than me. I was like a last chance for my parents to get a girl, and then I came out. Like, well, Mom, you're just supposed to have boys. I gotta take my map off. I can't read chat. Where is the map? There it is. Since you're an only child, yeah. Your parents said you're done trying. Well, by then they were so old that they really couldn't try anymore. So I said, like, the age gap between me and my brothers is significant. And that's why, like, my mom is super old, like, already. If my dad was still alive, he'd be in his 90s. Like, what would he be? Like 91, 92? I'm not that old. Like, I think my mom turned 80, or turns 80 this year, maybe? Is that right? No, she's got to be older than that. She's got to be like 81, 82, somewhere around there already. Most of the time I get until I hit the whatever the next mile is on my watch driving down the road, then all of a sudden I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta stop my watch. My like best times or whatever PRs on Koros is horrendous. It's like my mile time, like my fastest mile time is like a 2:12 or something listed on there. It's like, you know, something that's impossible. 400-meter time of like 23 seconds. Small part of you that would have wondered what it would have been like to have siblings. It's like that. I don't really like I was like in kindergarten, I think, when my oldest brother graduated high school. So I don't really like remember my oldest brother. I don't remember a lot at all. My other brother, the one that's lives nearby my mom, I remember him a little bit, but even then, because he was so much older, like, he had his own friends that he was doing stuff with. You know, I was pretty much a loner. Hello, Tom. You got here just in time for us to be, like, my run is done, but I decided, we'll just stay live while we drive back. It's a good 10-15 minute drive. Oh, sweet girl. Oh, I can't believe it's 10 o'clock already. Gosh dang. Because I have a lot of stuff I have to get done today. Like, I have to get done today. If that means I get 0 sleep tonight, I have to get it done. a job I have to do down in Sonoma area of California this weekend, so I have to drive down to that tomorrow. And then come back to here. That's only like a little quick 4 or 5 day trip. And then I was supposed to go to Massachusetts like next week, but I might be calling that trip off. And so that means I'd be around here for probably 2 weeks before I leave to Arizona. There's a little state park right here with this lake. It's like a tiny little lake. But it's so early in the year that the lake is pretty much all dried up. Actually, it's starting to fill up already. It's definitely not going to get that full this year. It's not going to be all the way full. So that means by the end of the summer, it is going to be completely dried up, other than like a small pool. But all that being said, I can't believe there's all these people that are still going there when there's no water in the lake. Okay, I gotta try to put that back down because I can't read. Are you gonna stream it? I'm not sure. Like I won't be able to stream me actually working down there, but we might stream the drive. I just gotta figure out a good setup. I should be able to do something though. Even if I use my spare cell phone and just stream off of it, I could do that. It is kind of a boring drive though down there for most of it. Like going through Nevada is like so boring. Go see a client? Yeah, thanks for stopping in. I'll only be live for another maybe 5 minutes when we get back. Like that's how long it'll take for us to get back. Depending on lights, of course. Like we're sitting at a stoplight right now. Of course the light changes right when I notice. If I don't plug my camera in really fast, where the stream will end automatically. I was down to 3% battery on the camera. The drive through like Montana and most of Idaho isn't too bad, but Nevada is like nothingness. I mean, there's mountain ranges off in the distance that are really cool to look at, but I don't think you'd be able to see them on camera if I was like driving. Plus I have so many cracks in my windshield, I don't know if that would work or not. I think where the camera view would be, you would only be seeing cracks in the windshield. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what we can do maybe. If I can figure out a way to set up a laptop, then I think it would be a lot better, but I don't think. If I was going by myself, I could just have the laptop sitting in my seat next to me. I can't do that with this little turd.
to run over to a store today too. I need to run over to I need to run over to like probably Lowe's, because I need to get a small bin. Actually, I don't need to do that now. Yeah, I'd be fine. I can do that when I get back. Oh, crap. I need to run down to Bozeman. I could probably do that tomorrow. That'll only be about an hour out of my way to go through Bozeman versus taking the freeway. That'll be fine. We'll do that. Then I can get myself a burrito with my free burritos. Burritos. I need to cut my hair today too. So much stuff to do, sweet girl. So much stuff to do. Yeah, pretty sure it's going to be a long night for me. I might not get to bed until 2 in the morning tonight. Just working on stuff, because there's certain things I have to do while they're open. And then I have a lot of stuff I have to do on the computer. But I have to get it done today because I don't have time to do it any other time. Since I will be traveling and working. Somehow I knew this light was going to change. What are you looking at, lady? Driving, I like, put my hand up here to steer, and she's like, takes that as an invitation to lick. Like, will you stop licking me? Gosh dang, this parking lot is busy today. Hopefully this spot works, because I need my so my van, because I need to, so my van is my internet in my apartment. So I have to park. So I use that right there. That's my Wi-Fi bridge. And so I shoot my internet from that, and I have the receiver of that in my window of my apartment. And so I have to have line of sight for my internet. So that's my internet. And so there's only like maybe 4 parking spots that I can do that with, and for whatever reason it's so busy that 3 of those spots are taken up, so I got like the last spot I could. But okay, well, that's gonna be it. We're gonna go, got lots of stuff to do, and I will see you guys possibly tomorrow morning, but I don't know. If I can get up if I get everything done I need to get done, and I can get a good night's sleep, and then I can wake up really early, so we can go for a run before I go to my dentist appointment, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Otherwise, I might not see you until next week. So we'll see. Bye, everyone. Love you all, and I'll see you guys next time.